Today I'm going to give away a free t-shirt and reveal the books I bought this week. How y'all doing? I'm Victor, and you are watching a Comic Hero Show. Now kick that intro! Welcome to this week's edition of the Comic Hero Show. I'm your host Victor Nunley, and I am the Comic Hero. This month is Polycystic Ovary Syndrome Awareness Month. Now, polycystic ovary syndrome is a hormonal disorder in which a woman ends up with enlarged ovaries with small cysts on the outer edges. The cause of PCOS isn't well understood, but may involve a combination of genetic and environmental factors. Symptoms include menstrual irregularity, excess hair growth, acne, and obesity. And complications of PCOS can include infertility, gestational diabetes or pregnancy-induced high blood pressure, miscarriage or premature birth, non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, which is a severe liver inflammation caused by fat accumulation in the liver, metabolic syndrome, which is a cluster of conditions including high blood pressure, high blood sugar, and abnormal cholesterol or triglyceride levels that significantly increase a woman's risk of cardiovascular disease. Type 2 diabetes or prediabetes, sleep apnea, depression, anxiety, and eating disorders, abnormal uterine bleeding, and cancer of the uterine lining, which is also known as endometrial cancer. Now, those complications can happen. They're not set in stone. This can only happen if a woman with PCOS doesn't receive the proper treatment for it. So, and it's just like I always say whenever I raise awareness of just about any cause. If there's something not right about you, get checked out. Please, ma'am. Now, there are more than 200,000 cases per year here in the U.S., which makes it common. And if you're watching this and you happen to be living with PCOS, if you happen to know somebody who's living with PCOS, whether it be a family member or a close friend, or if you're a family member or a close friend of someone who passed on from complications of PCOS, I love y'all, and this episode is for y'all. Alright, this is a PCOS Awareness Comic Hero tee. If you would like one, you can find them on iamthecomichero.com/shop for $17. Alright, now y'all probably wondering, why am I not waiting till the end of the show to discuss this cause? Well, that's only because I may or may not. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I am going to get to 14,000 comics. I only need 18, and I can guarantee y'all that it's going to happen. Alright, with all that being said, it's time to give away a free t-shirt. Alright, on last week's episode, I asked, which borough of New York City is the Peter Parker Spider-Man from? Well, the correct answer is Queens. And 5 people have answered correctly, and because they've answered correctly, their names are entered in a drawing for a free tee. And that drawing takes place right now. So the winner of the free tee for this week's episode of the show is Casey Hamilton from Camden, Arkansas. So congratulations, Casey. You yourself a free Comic Hero tee. Alright, here's the question for next week's episode. And this is also a Spider-Man question. And these two questions that I'm asking are also in tribute to the 24th anniversary of 9/11, which was a few days ago. But if you're watching this and you happen to be from New York, I love y'all, and these questions are for y'all. But this is a Spider-Man question. Here it goes. Which borough of New York City is the Miles Morales Spider-Man from? Is it A, Brooklyn, B, Queens, or C, Manhattan? Alright, here's some hints to help. The first hint is that this borough was the site of the Battle of Long Island, a crucial American Revolutionary War battle in 1776. The second hint, The Los Angeles Dodgers of Major League Baseball were previously located in this borough prior to moving to Los Angeles in 1958. The third hint, this borough has a bridge named after it that was completed in 1883. The fourth hint, one of the famous landmarks in this borough is Coney Island, which is home to the iconic Cyclone roller coaster and the annual Nathan's Famous Hot Dog Eating Contest on July 4th. The fifth hint, famous people from this borough are Jay-Z, Adam Sandler, Eddie Murphy, Barbara Streisand, Jerry Seinfeld, Michael Jordan, Jimmy Kimmel, Marissa Tomei, the late great Jackie Gleason, and the late great Notorious B.I.G. The sixth hint, the Nets of the National Basketball Association have been located in this borough since 2012. And then the seventh and final hint, Bedford-Stuyvesant, or Bed-Stuy, is an iconic neighborhood located in this borough. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in the drawing for a free tea on next week's episode of the show. Now, I had an Any Question segment lined up for this episode, but I don't know about y'all, but I can't stand the wait. So let's get to the comics I bought this week. Comic books I bought this week. All right, here we go. First up is Absolute Batman number 12. Action Comics number 1090. Aquaman number 9. Batman and Robin number 25. Captain America number 3. Eddie Brock Carnage number 8. Exceptional X-Men number 13. Fantastic Four Fanfare number 4. Gatchaman number 12. Green Lantern Corps number 8. Excited about this one. Imperial number 1. One World Under Dune number 7. Radiant Black number 37. Red Hulk number 8. Space Ghost number 2. Supergirl number 5. Superman the Kryptonite Spectrum #2. Thundercats #18. Wait a minute. That was 18. And I need it. I'll be right back. I did it! 14,000 comics! Woo! But I'm not done. Next up, Trinity of Wonder Woman #4. Ultimate Wolverine #9. And finally, Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion #4. All right, that's 21, which brings the total number of comics that I've bought since December of 1997 to 14,003. All right, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this week's episode. Here's a question again for a free tee for next week's episode of the show. Which borough of New York City is the Miles Morales Spider-Man from? Is it A, Brooklyn, B, Queens, or C, Manhattan? All right, here's some hints to help. The first hint is that this borough was the site of the Battle of Long Island, a crucial American Revolutionary War battle in 1776. The second hint, the Los Angeles Dodgers of Major League Baseball were previously located in this borough prior to moving to Los Angeles in 1958. The third hint, this borough has a bridge named after it that was completed in 1883. The fourth hint, one of the famous landmarks in this borough is Coney Island, which is home to the iconic Cyclone roller coaster and the annual Nathan's Famous hot dog eating contest. The fifth hint, famous people from this borough are Jay-Z, Adam Sandler, Eddie Murphy, Barbra Streisand, Jerry Seinfeld, Michael Jordan, Jimmy Kimmel, Marissa Tomei, the late great Jackie Gleason, and the late great Notorious B.I.G. The sixth hint, the Nets of the National Basketball Association have been located in this borough since 2012. And then the seventh and final hint, Bedford-Stuyvesant, or Bed-Stuy, is an iconic neighborhood located in this borough. Everyone who answers correctly will be entered in a drawing for a free tee on next week's episode of the show. And congratulations to Casey Hamilton from Camden, Arkansas, who won a free tee on this episode. Now, this shirt was in, ever since I made it, was in a garment bag. And I took a picture of it and I did a short video on YouTube, and I asked y'all if y'all were willing to do so, to either like, love, or leave a positive comment. And everyone who has done this has been entered in a drawing which is about to take place. 13 people have done this, but only 5 will end up with a shirt. So the first person who wins a 14,000 Comics Comic Hero tee is Courtney Emerson from Cedar Hill, Texas. Congratulations, Courtney. You win yourself a free Comic Hero tee. All right, 1 down and 4 to go. And the second person who wins a 14,000 Comics Comic Hero tee is Katie Bosch from Cotton Valley, Louisiana. So congratulations, Katie. You win a 14,000 Comics Comic Hero tee. All right, 2 down and 3 to go. And the third person who wins a 14,000 Comics Comic Hero tee is Mike Hart from Monroe, Louisiana. So congratulations, Mike. You win a 14,000 Comics Comic Hero tee. All right, 3 down and 2 to go. And the fourth person who wins a 14,000 Comics Comic Hero tee is D'Angelo Ballou from Warren, Ohio. So congratulations, D'Angelo. You win a 14,000 Comics Comic Hero tee. All right, one more. And the fifth and final person who wins a 14,000 Comics Comic Hero tee is, and you know me, whenever I do these drawings, I always try to reach down at the very bottom of the bag. April Hooks from Camden, Arkansas. So congratulations, April. You win a 14,000 Comics Comic Hero tee. All right. You know, I always say these whenever I do these drawings. I just wish I could give a shirt to everyone. I really do. You know what? 13 people. You know what? Everyone who entered in a drawing will get a free Comic Hero tee, whether I drew your name or not. I'm just, you know what? I'm very proud of this milestone, and I'm really in a giving mood. So I'll do it. And I just want to say this is my annual speech whenever I reach the 1,000 mark. I've read some good books. I've read some bad books. But the one thing I will never, ever regret is the night that I took up this hobby. December 23rd, 1997 was a turning point in my life. And if I would have known back then that doing this hobby and then doing what resulted in me doing the show, I probably wouldn't believe it, because I was a completely different person back then. But thank God for growth, and thank God for perseverance, because I'm very glad I did it. All right, here's the road ahead for the show. On next week's episode 537, I'm raising awareness of prostate cancer. Then on episode 538, I'm raising awareness of blood cancer. Now, either on episode 537 or 538, I haven't decided. I'm going to do a mystery pop-up segment, or when I raise awareness of the NICU. I know some folks that have spent their first days, weeks, or even months of life in the NICU after they were born. And I know some folks whose children also spent the first days, weeks, and months of life in the NICU. And this episode is for y'all. And then on episode 539, it's the 12th anniversary episode of the Comic Hero Show. And I'm going to keep showing this shirt because I'm very proud of it. Check it out. Now, in the coming weeks before I do this episode, or in the coming days, I'm going to post this shirt again on social media. I'm going to do another video similar to what I did here. But the only difference is, since you've already seen the shirt and you know what it looks like, I'm just going to show the shirt. And everyone who either likes, love, or leaves a positive comment, depending on whether on the social media site or where I post it, you'll be entered in a drawing for a shirt just like that one. And then on episode 540, I'm raising awareness of breast cancer. This is something that's really near and dear to my heart because my mom is a breast cancer survivor. And as of this past July, she has been breast cancer free for 13 years. And it's also in honor of any woman or man who are fighting, because men can be diagnosed with breast cancer. It's a very small percentage, but it can happen. And it's also in loving memory of those who fought valiantly but are no longer with us. And lastly, meet me at the second annual Louisiana Delta Comic Con. It's at the West Monroe Convention Center in West Monroe, Louisiana on November 8th. I'm going to be there My friend John Stout from Kettlebrower Workshop will be there. One of the original members of the Louisiana Delta Anime Club, Shane Dyson, will be there. And then Jordan and Justice from J&J Cosplays will be there. And then my friend Pixel Vix, who is also a cosplay model, will be there. And then the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, for all you wrestling fans, is going to be there as well. So as Loretta Lynn used to say, y'all come. All right, if you're watching this for the first time on YouTube, welcome. And as soon as you're done, go on YouTube and hit subscribe. If you're watching this on the Comic Book Lovers Facebook page, welcome. And as soon as you're done, go on YouTube and hit subscribe. And if you're watching this on the Louisiana Delta Content Careers Facebook page, welcome. And as soon as you're done, go on YouTube and hit subscribe. I did it. I did it. 14,000 comics. Wow. All right, I'm Victor Nolly. I'm the Comic Hero, and I am the owner of 14,000 Comics. And I'll see y'all next week on episode 537. So until then, be safe, be blessed, be a hero.